Yeah.
Welcome to the Hangout Sessions. Champions League draw, it's that time again. Myself, Travis, here with Perry, Stevie. We're just gonna run through the English team's hopes this season. So what? We'll just start with Group A, I guess. So PSG, Arsenal, Basel of Switzerland, and Ludogorets of Bulgaria. What are you thinking about this group, Perry? Is it PSG, Arsenal, Basel,
Um,
Ludogorets?
I, I don't think it's definitely not one of the worst groups. I'd say it's probably kind of in the middle, or towards one of the better groups in terms. If you're like Arsenal, you're Paris Saint-Germain. They should be looking to top it realistically, especially with
Mm.
Arsenal panicking right now, trying to sign up players and rushing them into the Champions League and rushing them into the league. I think PSG should top it realistically because I think they'll come equipped for the Basel and Ludogorets or How do you say it?
Ludogorets.
Yeah, I think PSG will come a bit more equipped for those two games.
I think they
But
used to beat in
yeah, what are
teams
you
that
thinking?
I think they used to beat in teams that they're supposed to beat. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so
remember this time last season with Arsenal, we were kind of like they're not like I thought Arsenal would not come prepared to beat the teams that they
mhm.
should beat. Do you know what I mean?
So what do you reckon, Stevie? Arsenal's chances in that group.
I think Group A, I think there's no excuse for Arsenal not to finish in the top two here.
Mm.
You know, you've got Paris Saint-Germain, which are probably the only contenders out of the other two teams. Right, Basel, they always do quite well against English teams, I've noticed as well. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't
they've caused United problems over the years.
do you remember that game? I think it finished 4-3 or 3.
Loved it, loved it.
Fantastic. That was amazing. I love that game. I'll put it on now, actually.
Yeah,
Have a look at the highlights. But Arsenal should be finishing standard second place there if they can't top the group. Ludogorets got no chance. I can't see them doing very
you
well.
think? Yeah. I reckon PSG will top that group. Arsenal will creep through as they do. I think Arsenal will make it harder
Yeah.
than it should be, as they do. But I don't know about the other two. Basel will try and creep through. I think Arsenal will do one of them late ones where they snatch it at the end.
Like usual.
Yeah, like usual.
Well, and then get knocked out in the next round, yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Perry? You reckon that's what's gonna happen?
Um, yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could wait and see, but
yeah,
is Arsenal do the same thing every season? Do you know what I mean? They could finish second and it still feel like they finished fourth. They do the same thing every season.
yep,
Group B
yeah.
was Benfica, Napoli, Kiev, Besiktas. Group C, Barcelona, Manchester City, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Celtic. So we got Battle of Britain in there. It's a bit of a tasty group, that one. I like that one.
I tell you what,
Mm.
So,
Gladbach have got a half decent team as well, you know. But I do feel a bit sorry for Stoke in this group. 'Cause they could have had an easier group than that, couldn't they?
yeah.
They have got absolute no
Mm.
chance. I think they've got no chance in that group.
What whipping boys?
That's the end of Brendan Rodgers is just no. He's got his packet on the head from now.
Well, to be fair, because there's no hope for Celtic in that group, then you can't really go wrong.
Exactly.
Go out there, boys, and just do what you can. Really, like
No pressure.
no
No.
pressure. Put on a perform like no pressure, and that's good, man. I think.
And
But
look what happened the last time Celtic played Barcelona. Victor Wanyama scoring and Tony Watt making it. Was it 2-1 it finished?
was it that ridiculous game where Barcelona just dominated and
Yeah. And they had 2 shots on target near enough. No, 1 corner and it headed in. And then they went up the other end because I think was it Xavi who made the mistake and then bang 2-1 Barcelona. 2-1 Celtic, sorry.
obviously
Man, Man
Mönchengladbach
City's
lost.
alright in the
I was going to say, like, obviously Mönchengladbach lost their captain to Arsenal, but I think they replaced him well with Christoph Kramer. That's a good replacement for Xhaka. I mean, if Arsenal signed Kramer, I'd have been like, that's a decent signing. What are you going to say about Man City, Perry?
Didn't they do alright in the Champions League last year?
I think it was their best performance so far. Where did they get to?
They've
Can
been
anyone just
getting
remember?
knocked out consistently, innit?
Who
But
did
then
they get knocked out
Yeah.
to?
remember Torre just didn't move around the field.
Yeah, he just didn't look great, and like, I feel like he suddenly took a massive dip of form.
What? So what do you think about Man City, Barcelona? Do you reckon they'll top Barcelona, or is that just crazy?
Do you know what? It's hard to tell because you look at
By the
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's early to see because I don't think Man City have gelled yet.
Also, Pep.
Looked like they gelled was that qualifying game against Steaua Bucharest.
I just realised Pep's going back already, isn't he, to Barcelona?
Already, the right.
But yeah, they did do
It's
well
gonna be
last season. I
interesting.
just looked and they got. Now I seen the game. I remember what happened. They got knocked out to Real Madrid in the semi-final. But Man City should be getting to the last four. Really, come on. Am I being harsh?
Yeah,
I'm being harsh. Manchester City, all that money they spent last season.
minimum.
Yeah. They got to
Minimum
be getting quarters minimum. You're right.
Minimum.
Same with PSG. Man City and PSG should be getting to the you cannot be getting knocked out in the last 16 if you're them two with the money.
Especially PSG.
Well, we're gonna say the same thing if Man United manage to finish in the top four next season. We're gonna say the same thing, man.
Yeah, definitely. So what we saying? I'm thinking Barcelona will win that group.
I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna go for Barcelona, and I've got a sneaky feeling that Gladbach might go through.
Oh my god, mate.
Yeah, why do you think that?
That's a nightmare.
I think that. I don't know. Do you know? I've just got a sneaky feeling there. Did you see how they?
I think Pep's gonna completely flop it.
They beat 6-1 to go through.
They beat who?
Young Boys 6-1 and 3-1.
Yeah.
9-2 on aggregate.
I don't
The
think
young boys ain't man.
That's true. Young Boys.
Young boys ain't got Aguero.
Young Boys.
They ain't got De Bruyne. Nah, I think Man City too powerful to get through, man. Too powerful.
They should see that out easy. To be fair, in logic.
So Group D is decent. There's a few good games in the group stages. So Group D, you got Bayern, Atletico, PSV, and then Rostov. Group E, CSKA Moscow, Bayer Leverkusen, Tottenham Hotspur, Monaco.
Ooh.
That's a dogfight of a group to me, man. I can't call that.
I think that's 4 evenly matched teams.
Do you know,
Scrap that one.
Moscow, Leverkusen, Monaco, and Spurs. That's not easy for Spurs, really. I think they have a squad to get through, but what you got to remember is with a lot of the British teams, in the world, English teams, they're scrapping in the Premier League each weekend. It's not easy in the Premier League, so you add that factor together. It's just how do you spread your squad to compete as hard as they can on both fronts, really? But
And they've got rid of 2 of their defensive midfielders today, haven't they?
Hey, Tottenham could do work in this group, realistically. Tottenham could do work in this group, man.
obviously they got their Champions League nights at Wembley this season, so I don't know whether that's going to help or hinder them. Because one thing I will say is White Hart Lane is not, when it gets going, is a loud place and it could cause a really intimidating atmosphere. Can you cause that? Can you do that at Wembley, really? You got to think it's going to water it down. There might not even be that many Spurs fans there. There might be a lot of neutrals there. Do you know what I mean? But
And they got Leverkusen got my boy Hernandez.
yeah, Javier Hernandez is there.
I liked him, man.
CSK Moscow got rid of Musa. Obviously, Musa's gone to Leicester, so I don't really know much about them. They got Akinfeev, the goalkeeper. That's about it, really, that I know about them. But obviously, they're going to be a strong outfit. They champions of Russia, pot 1. Used to winning. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think thinking with Perry, Spurs should be able to do something in this group.
They should, man. They should. But They should have done a lot of things, like beat Arsenal in the league last season.
What we saying? They might flop it as they go forward. Flop it on the last.
It's possible, man.
Do the opposite to Arsenal in the Champions League group.
Yeah, it's possible, man. I mean, looking at that on paper, I reckon Tottenham should be winning that group, but is it going to work that way, though?
I'm gonna go for Leverkusen and Spurs.
So what's it? And
Yeah.
they've got Monaco. They've got Monaco. Who's there? Falcao.
Is he gone back there?
Yeah, he's there. Falcao, João Moutinho,
Ooh.
Wagner Love, the Wagner Love, the Football Manager. He's always a nice buy on Football Manager, like.
Oh, he was cheap, bro, and he used to slot them, bro.
Yeah.
And he was mad quick. He was
Wagner
mad
Love,
quick.
them Football Manager legends, bro.
Well, you could have him for a strong 7-8 seasons, like consistent goals.
Like he'll chip in with his 8 to 10 goals, like maybe get that odd cup goal here and there. Might come on and score in the Champions League. Shout out Wagner Love, man, and his coloured braids. Love that.
Was it red? He has them red, didn't he?
I've seen him with them blue. I've seen him with them all sorts of colours, man.
Wagner Love.
So Group F. Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Lisbon, Legia Warsaw. Oh my God, I was speaking to a Polish guy the other day and he was saying they're going to get a hard draw and they're just going to suffer. And yeah, Madrid, Dortmund, Lisbon, Warsaw. But again, we got that's another knockout round kind of game, Madrid versus Dortmund.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Like you could get that in the last 16 or the quarters, man.
Who's Dortmund's new manager?
I'm not too sure, you know. Let me look.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Thomas Tuchel.
That's it.
Thomas Tuchel. So
Okay.
he's coming for Klopp. He's coming for Klopp, man. But yeah, they're still a good team, ain't they? He's come from Dortmund.
Yeah.
I like their team. It's one of the teams.
Let's have a look at their current roster.
One of them teams I like to play with on FIFA.
On FIFA.
And they've kept Aubameyang.
Yeah, they kept holding him,
Well,
Yeah, I don't know how that's been a horrible hash.
I say that early, but I don't expect anyone to sign him at this stage. It's going to be
Yeah, but what's going on with him going Man City? What happened there?
Yeah, because I thought that was like pretty much a done deal. That's what I was told. I was just like, oh my God. Like, when I was told that, I was told it like that is happening. Like, I'm surprised Royce is still there.
Yeah, true.
But, like, their players just get taken by Bayern every year. Like, Hummels has gone to Bayern now. Like, you can't.
Wasn't Götze going to go Liverpool as well?
Götze?
Yeah.
Götze has gone back. No, Götze has gone from Bayern back to Dortmund now. So he's gone back to Dortmund.
Well, I swear there was talk of him going Liverpool, no?
What, from Bayern?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but I remember saying to you, like, I remember being fuming when I really liked Götze and Götze went back to Dortmund, and I was just like, come on, I'd love that. And then you were like, well, we don't really need him, and I was like, yeah, you're right. But I'm talking from an Arsenal perspective here, but yeah, Arsenal don't really need Götze, but I like him.
Yeah. I feel like I'm all midfielded out with Arsenal.
Yeah. We fully went into Group F. Didn't even mean to, but we're here for the English teams, really. Group G.
God, sting 'em.
Group G. So we got champions of England, the Foxes, Leicester City, FC Porto, Club
Leicester can
Brugge.
get a result here.
Yeah, man. FC Copenhagen. Visit some nice cities whilst they're out there as well. Some nice European cities.
Not bad.
Yeah, man. I think they can do it, man. But like the one problem was, have they got the squad to compete on both fronts?
You know what? They haven't bought, have they?
They got Musa, I thought was a good signing, and they got who did they sign in the midfield? Who's the Kante replacement? I was watching him closely when he
Yeah,
played.
they got a geezer to replace Kante, didn't
Yeah,
they?
I was watching him closely when Arsenal played Leicester the other week, and he looked good. But yeah, like
Take these players out, and they've got what Vasilevsky at the back.
I think.
These players good enough. These players weren't even good enough for the Championship.
Yeah, but is there like a team of misfits that just got thrown together and they just making it work, man?
Listen to this. Danny Simpson's playing Champions League football.
Danny Simpson follows me on Twitter.
Does he? Yeah.
That says everything you need to know, man. I got a Premier League champion playing in the Champions League following me on Twitter for no apparent reason.
Right, we need to get him on the hang sesh, bro.
I'm gonna message him. Yeah. So if you're listening to this, go.
Like, we should do a podcast on him and then just send him the podcast.
That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So we got Damari Gray, like Mahrez, like, but the first team's good, but have they got it? Have they got it? I don't think you're right. Looking at what you just said, Stevie, I don't think they've added to the. They've not.
Why do you think that is? They would have won a lot of money.
They would have.
League, Champions League qualification. They would have got money for that.
Also, I think maybe can I call him naive?
All over the world this year.
I think Ranieri's not had to deal with an injury crisis there, so maybe he's just thinking. Maybe he's not even considered it. He's just thinking, well, these are my 23, 24 players, and I trust them.
Nah, come on, you couldn't.
Do you know? The problem might not even be the squad. The problem there is I think the players coming in for that first team just are they not good enough for the Champions League, really? Although I do like Okazaki and Yajoa. I think they're good players, but
I don't know. I think it's going to be a bit of a dark road for them this season.
I just don't think they can compete on both fronts.
Both fronts.
Nah, they can't. They won't be able to handle it. They won't be able to handle it. They won't know what's hit them.
So the interesting thing is, we think they've got. We don't know how they're going to do in the Champions League, but we've said that they've got a good chance. What do you think is going to happen to Leicester City in the Premier League this season, Stevie?
Do you know, at the start of the season, I thought it'd be a nice 8th place finish, maybe a 7th even, but I can't judge it obviously on them losing to Hall in the first day of the season. How did they play against Arsenal? I didn't watch that game.
I think it was much of the same as they were last season. They sat back, they looked to break.
Okay. But then again, people pushing out this game plan now.
Obviously, they got players like Mahrez who can pull something out the bag at any moment. So they still got the similar threat, but I feel like a lot of Premier League teams have wise to them. Arsenal wise to them a bit, didn't allow them behind much. So
I'm going to go for a good 11th place.
Perry, what do you think? Leicester City in the Premier League this season?
I'm going to give them 6th or 7th. 6th probably. They'll be fighting for that. Yeah, they'll be fighting for that 4th spot. But I'm going to give them. I reckon by the end of the season, with the amount of fixtures they'll have.
So Stevie saying 11th, Perry saying 6th. I'd go about 9th or 8th.
Okay.
Because I think the Premier League is a 3-horse race. I think that 4th place is going to be the next teams down, like Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool. So I think they'll be in that scrap for about 7th, 8th, 9th with West Ham and I don't know who else. But I wish them all the best in the Champions League. You see, sometimes as a fan of a British club, I don't really feel like we back our rivals. You won't really get a Liverpool fan wanting Arsenal to do well. You won't get Arsenal wanting United to do well. But I think with clubs like Leicester, I think everyone's going to want them to do well. Do you know what I mean? So, congratulations last season, Leicester, for winning the league, and good luck, really. Then Group H, Juventus, Sevilla, Lyon, Dinamo Zagreb. Juventus have done great business this summer, so I expect them to win that group. But, so what you're saying, who's got the Champions League this season, Perry? Who's going to do it? Look at all the squads.
What, the Champions League?
Champions League. Who's gonna? Let's do some predictions.
Okay.
Let's do some predictions. Like, Whoever wants to say first, just go in. Like, because I'm thinking here, you know. I'm thinking.
Go on, Travis.
Champions League.
Go on, Travis.
You want me to go? All right.
Go on, Travis.
Oh, but this is such a boring thing to say. Like, you probably can guess what I'm gonna say.
But
I think, yeah.
What,
So I think
Barcelona?
obviously with Real Madrid winning it last season, I think it's Barcelona's time to return as kings of Europe. I think they're gonna win the league again. I think they're gonna do it again. I think they're gonna do it.
Right,
So I'm saying Barcelona, and I feel so boring saying that because it's just like, but come on.
I'm going to put a fiver on Ludogorets.
On who?
Ludogorets.
Ludogorets, whatever they're called.
Bro, you're nuts, bro. Oh, yeah, Juve could do dirt, you know. Their team
I
looks a bit
really
mad.
like Juventus.
Their team
I
looks a bit
want them to succeed.
mucky.
I want them to succeed. I feel like they are doing everything Arsenal should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish
Got Higuain up
Juventus.
top now. They got Dani Alves at the back.
They're sick, man. They got I'm looking at their squad right now, and it's just stars. I feel they managed to strengthen despite losing Pogba, which is crazy, man.
Do you know what?
They managed.
This is the first year that there's no... No, it's not the first year. There's only Juventus. No AC Milan. No Inter Milan.
I think what happened is no, Napoli are there.
Oh, Napoli are in there, yeah. What about Napoli?
But I think they can only have two. They can only have 2 or 3 teams now. See how we get 4. I think they get 2 or 3.
That's where Higuain's gone, isn't he? He's gone to Juve.
Yeah, massive deal.
Big deal.
That's the thing. These are the. I really feel Arsenal should have slapped some money on the table for Griezmann like that. Because it goes back to what Perry said on a recent Hangout Sessions. That kind of deal is a statement as well as a deal is a statement, and an energy that surrounds the club.
It's like sending warning shots.
Yeah,
it's like sending warning shots.
Europe feels everything you do. So everyone's looking at Juventus like, okay, you sold Pogba, but you've done great business. So when Arsenal are seeing, when Italians and Spanish and the Germans are looking at Arsenal thinking, okay, you've sold your captain to your title rivals, or you've not bought a striker for years. Everyone can see that, and the fear factor goes. Do you know what I mean? Like Ludogorets are going to go to Arsenal and look at what they've done in recent years and think we can turn these over. Or when they come to us, we can turn these over.
Olympiacos did it last year, didn't they?
Juventus, yeah. No one's going to want to go to Juve. No one's going to want them to come into them. They've got good options off the bench. They've got a good squad. So, what, Perry, was that your dark horse prediction?
I think they can get far, man. They've not won the league they've not won the Champions League in ages, though. So, I don't know if they have the pedigree, but I think they can definitely get far.
What year did they win it, man? I can't even remember. They got to the final a couple times.
They've won it, though, haven't they?
They have. They've won it a few times. But like, it's like
it could be the Italian year. You never know. Even Rome, Bayern Munich. We forgot about Bayern Munich. There's so many teams.
They last won it in 1996. They beat Ajax.
Oh.
Wow, that's a long time ago. 20 years ago.
And they've got to the final 1, 2, 3, 4 times since. So that's horrible. Think. And again, I always draw the Arsenal-Juventus comparison. Not so much in history, because Juventus have a rich history. So do Arsenal, but not on Juventus. And it's like, they're similar sized clubs in terms of value. And Juve have made, the final 5 times in 20
Arsenal
years.
are worth more than Juve, man. It's a joke.
5
They're
times
worth
in
more
20
than
years. So Perry, you going to go for Juve? I want you to go for Juve.
They'll be my dark horse, innit? They're my dark horse,
Make
man.
the prediction. I want that prediction. I want that prediction now, so when they win it, I can be like, look.
Prediction, Barcelona, man. Any team with Messi in there, any team with Messi, Neymar, Suarez, you can't realistically be counting them out, like, unless you're just a madman.
And Stevie,
So
Stevie
There you
saying
get my prediction.
Stevie saying ludicrous. I'm glad.
Stevie saying ludicrous, and Stevie is ludicrous, bro. Yeah.
Literally.
So when Ludacrets win, like Leicester, I'm gonna pull this audio up, and Stevie is gonna be Mystic Stevie.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Guys, I love doing these Champions League draws hang sessions, man. I love it. I love it. I listened to the one from last season, and it was like a royal rumble of opinions.
Royal Rumble.
Nah, it was good, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, man.
Top stuff.
So, yeah, we are the Hangout Sessions. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like the vids, share the vids, follow us on Twitter at the Hang Sesh, like our new Facebook page. Do all of that. It will take you 3 minutes. Like, just go on, get on your phone, subscribe, like,
Not even that.
retweet, share. Go on, Perry.
Not
what
even
you
that.
gonna
Unless you're Giroud, it's not going to take you 3 minutes. It will take you a minute and a half. Just get
do?
that
See what I
over
mean?
and done with now.
We're halving the time here. Just do all of that. Trust me, like, we deliver quality. We are
Messi.
out. Suarez.